The fat from the duck will help keep the duck moist, and also it keeps the skin puffy.
The shatter of that skin, that is the magic of this dish.
Anybody can make duck, but if the skin is not crispy, it's not Peking duck.
This is Soul Food, an American journey through the Chinese kitchen. I'm Gerald Tan, and right now I'm digging into Peking duck.
This is where it's at.
When Washingtonians want Korean cuisine, they head out to the suburb of Annandale in Northern Virginia. The businesses in this enclave can be so niche, some don't even bother with English signs. But nestled among them is a Chinese restaurant with a unique place in history in the normalization of China-US ties half a century ago.
When Dad came to the U.S. and he was so famous for his duck, and when people started calling him the Duck Man and nicknamed him Duck Chang, he naturalized as a citizen with his name being Duck Chang.
No, hold on.
Yeah, that's his real name. And he was instrumental and tasked with preparing the banquet meal for Henry Kissinger before he went to China to open up a relationship with China. So Dad prepared some of the traditional banquet meals and told a little history about each one of the meals that he was prepping. He taught Kissinger how to use chopsticks. How's that?
I love it because, you know, these days we talk about panda diplomacy, but this is duck diplomacy.
Absolutely, absolutely. You open up relationship by really going through food as an avenue of opening up talks.
Perhaps the most acclaimed of those avenues, Peking duck, a dish first recorded back in the 1300s in the imperial kitchens of the Yuan dynasty.
I think the big question everyone wants to try to figure out is what makes the Peking duck skin so crispy?
Well, I would tell you oven is very important. Your oven and your cooking technique. Season the duck and then just let it hang for a day or two and then put it in the oven and bake it until it's cooked. In China, when you order Peking duck, all you get is just the skin with a little bit of fat, maybe a sliver of meat. And that's what is Peking duck, is the skin. It's because it's crispy. Here in the US, we actually offer up the skin and the meat. Imagine that if you were to come into our restaurant for $50, you got skin. I think most people would have a problem with it.
Isn't Peking duck about really watching your carver just go?
A lot of that is. So there's a lot of showmanship if you wanted to watch, people carving the duck.
The duck slicing drama mesmerizes, perfected through years of practice. The deft, swift movements simulate a dance between blade and fowl.
I can see the steam rising out of that duck. How hot is it right now?
The duck is probably at about 190 degrees internal temperature right now. A lot of this you can sort of watch and say, oh, I can do it. You know what? Just for giggles and laugh, you should give it a try while I'm carving.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Why not? Why not?
I don't have your same kung fu.
Eventually, I got goaded into playing apprentice.
So the slicing part is keeping your knife parallel to the meat.
Okay.
You want to make sure you have control of the knife.
I do.
So
Okay.
you can put your thumb there. There you go.
It's very tender, so it's quite smooth out. And
There
voila,
you go.
my first slice of Peking duck.
Yes, there you go.
All right.
So what we have is some pancakes that are handmade.
Okay.
There's some plum sauce that we make here and the leeks that we shred up, the meat of the duck and the skin of the duck.
All right.
So you open up the pancakes.
Okay, first of all, I have to show just how thin. I mean, it's almost translucent, and it's all hand rolled.
All hand rolled.
All hand rolled.
And then you take a little bit of hoisin sauce and take a little bit of leeks. Take a couple of pieces of meat.
Oh, hold on. Aren't we supposed to start with the skin?
Oh no, because it will break the pancakes if you don't roll it right.
Ah, listen to the master, right? Oh, you're really generous.
Yeah, so now we're gonna fold it up.
Okay.
You can still hear the crackling with the skin. And
Okay.
just pick it up with your hands.
All right. So Here goes.
I'm gonna watch.
I'm under pressure to eat my Peking duck. It's every component. You start with an absolutely fabulous skin. This is where it's at. Look at it. You can see right through the skin. It's crispy. I'm just going to I hope you can hear that crunch. It's fabulous.
Duck Chang's has come a long way since opening its doors back in 1975, and there to witness it all, the doyen of duck herself, Mama Chang.
Can you remember this menu?
Of course. That's very, very cheap. My goodness.
How much work would go in? You'd be there chopping how many hours in the kitchen? And you're selling it noodles for $1.75.
A lot of hours. Prepare a lot.
Were you ever in the kitchen with your husband?
Oh, yeah. Not cooking.
Oh no.
Walk around.
The table when you come work here.
The hardships of those early days are not lost on the Chang children.
When you look at it, an immigrant coming over here to the U.S. with mom, not speaking any English, a couple $100 in his pocket, and made it such a big, huge legacy and a big splash on the culinary world. How do you give that up? You can't.
I just one last question to ask of you. The title of our series is called Soul Food. It gets its inspiration from General Tso's chicken. Do you serve General Tso's chicken?
We do serve General Tso's chicken. So one of the funny things is that we always get asked a question. What is authentic Chinese food? The General Tso's is just chicken thighs, which we cut up, and then we marinate it, we season it, and then you put a light coating on the outside, and you deep fry it, and then you cook a garlicky, kind of a sweet and sour taste, a little bit spicy to it. Now, all of that using wok cooking, it can be construed as authentic cooking, authentic recipe. Now, do we have that in China? Answer is no.